Hello viewers and welcome to more Dirt Rally 2.0. So today a bit on the PC version I figured, and probably after that might have a bit of time to do a bit of Gran Turismo as well. Got to do a bit of practice for tomorrow's FIA race, but do join in, say hello in the chat, and then we should enjoy some more exploration today, a bit more with a wheel today. I'm going to take a look at the career rally and Rallycross with a wheel and see how we get on. Obviously I'm using an F1 wheel, which isn't ideal. I'm going to repeat that several times because obviously more of you will join in the chat and no doubt have something to say about that. But yeah, we'll see how we get on today. So I'm just going to share the stream while we're here, and then we'll be ready to go. So, and Marek's already here. Hello Marek. So nice to see you here already. Quick on the draw, quick to join in. That's excellent. Of course, looking at PC gaming. PC gaming doesn't run as well at current for me. I think it actually runs better for you guys on the stream at home than it does for me. It slows down the gameplay quite a bit. Qubit's here as well. Hello, and hope you guys enjoy a bit of rally action today, guys. I'm just going to share the stream on Twitter, and then we'll be good to go. Let's see. Now, obviously using the PC version, which is running on ultra settings, but obviously, as I'll keep stressing, you're not seeing it at maximum performance because a lot of my CPU is eaten up with the streaming software that also takes a bit out of it as well. And I hope that you've been enjoying the F1 today, the F1 practice. If you have been watching it, let me know your thoughts. Just going to tweet this for a second. Just tweet this and then we'll be ready to go. And then we are nearly there. So that's that. Just tweet that out there. So that's the I've done a tweet now. So please do retweet and we'll get that out there. And then we'll be ready to watch some rally. KPG Gooner's here. KPG's looking forward to seeing the steering wheel in action. I don't have the gear stick set up at the moment. I should get the gear stick set up. I'm a bit behind on that, but I will get it set up at some point. And obviously we've got WRC 8 coming as well. And it's good to have it set up because then I can go back and play a bit of V-Rally and everything else with it. I mean, there's lots of games that use a gear stick now. Okay, so I think we're all ready to go here now. I'm just going to get myself organised and then we'll be ready to do a bit of rally driving. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do a stage in the career. Let's get one career event complete, and then after that I'm going to look at a career rallycross as well. So I'm just going to go through these, and we've got quite a detailed review conversation. It's been slightly delayed, the review conversation, but hopefully I can get that up in the next couple of days and we'll have all that ready to go. So I'm just going to get stuck into this. I haven't double checked my wheel and pedals, but I think it's all set up right. I say set up right, I've plugged it in, I've turned it on, it works. I'm not tuning anything. As I say, one of the issues right now is, well, I haven't changed my wheel recently, is because it's set up for Gran Turismo. While I'm competing in the Nations Cup, I want to try and make sure that now at the moment you guys are getting 360. Are you all getting 360p quality? Hang on, just got another thing to sort here. That might be because the stream's still young. Give the stream another 20 minutes or so. I find that the stream starts off, the quality is a bit less, and that's why a lot of people have countdown clocks. I don't. I should set one up, I know. But once, give it a few minutes and streams often improve. Right, I'm just going to close this and close this, and then we should be ready to go. So, oh, hang on a minute. there is something else I'm hearing as well. Bear with me, viewers. Bear with me. I keep hearing this music in my ear and I realise the PlayStation's turned on. Let's just turn this off. No, yeah, turn off PS4, that's it, that's it. So there we are, let's get back to the PC, ready to go. Yeah, you can see the frame rate's a bit shifty on my version here, but that's just down to the old streaming. Okay, so we're going to start a bit of rally now. So the quality of the stream should improve in the next few minutes. Give it a refresh, should be fine. I always say if the quality of the stream isn't great, always watch it on Twitch, because for whatever reason Twitch just has better quality. Alright then, let's start then. Does the handling, is it optimised on controller joy? It has been optimised. We did that yesterday. Here we go.
Good luck.
Good luck. I didn't listen to a word he said.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 56 left, 30. 3 right opens, 6 long, into 1 left long. Into 3 right tightens. 50, 2 left long. 50, 4 right long. Into big cut, 5 left. Into 5 right long, opens of a crest into 5 left. Extra long, into big cut, 5 right. 60, 6 left, opens 30, 6 left, into 5 right tightens. 50, 6 left, 150, 5 left, extra long. Into 6 right, into cut, 5 left long, opens 100. 6 left, 50, 6 left of a crest, slow 50, 2 right. Into 2 left long, into 3 right, 4 left. Into 6 right, extra long of a crest, 60. 6 left long, tightens 4. Into 6 right. Keep left of a 30, 3 right tightens. Into 4 left long. Into caution, 3 right long, tightens 2. 100. 3 left, 30. 2 right long, opens of a crest, 30. 4 left, into 5 right. Into 3 left, opens 6, extra long, 30. Keep left, into 2 right long. Into 6 left, into 3 right long, opens. Into 6 left, extra long, tightens 4. Keep right over 50, 3 left tightens. Into 4 right, 30, 1 left long, tightens. Into 1 right. Into 1 right over finish. Into 2 left, into 3 right to stop. We might have won that stage.
We might have won that stage. I should actually turn it up a little bit for you guys. It's a bit awkward, unfortunately. The mouse gets trapped on the actual game, so that's why it's difficult for me to turn it up and down when it's between stages. So let's just continue. We can have a little look at the replay.
1 left long.
Well, obviously on the PC version you get
Into 3.
60 frames per second replays, which is nice. Cupid says, how does the tarmac feel with the wheel? Good so far, good. I need to try different surfaces. I will stress again, I mentioned this earlier, I am using a Formula 1 wheel. I know this isn't ideal for some of these rally cars, but this is what I have on here at the moment. So I'm aware of that. But so it's not ideal sometimes for various types of driving, but I'm a track racer anyway, so for me tarmac feels okay. Feels okay. Is it perfect? It's not perfect, but it would need deep analysis to try and break it down. Suffice to say that progressively I feel so much more comfortable with the wheel than I do with the controller. That's not to say the controller's bad, it's just I feel a wheel more. So you'll see like there wasn't any problem with the back end overtaking me and stuff like that. I knew what the car was doing. I felt I could respond to the car. That's just something I get from using a wheel. Jason's here as well. Hello Jason, and Tommy. He's got 720p. That's great. So far so good. And as you can see, 60 frames per second replays, always nice on the PC. I've just got to get out of this now. That's it. And continue. Let's complete a rally now. This is my first job today. I forgot to turn off the music, but hopefully there's no licensed music to stuff me up today. Aaron says no game is perfect. No game is perfect. Well, actually one game is perfect. Maybe two games. Two games are perfect, but they're not recent games. That's another story for another day. Right. Oh, look at that. It's wet. Do you see that nice little wet reflection type situation there? That's going to be really tricky. That means I'm going to be... Now, one of the problems I have with this car is definitely the feeling of speed. I'm going to talk about that when I do my team chat. But, right. Again, I'll stop reading your comments, guys, and just always know I'm just concentrating on the game just because you've got to listen. Unfortunately, you can't talk and drive. Right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 30, 1 left long, tightens.
Ah, change gear too early. Oh.
Into 1 right.
Understeer. As you expect, of course. But... Oh.
Into 3 right. Keep left over 50, 2 right long, tightens 1, tightens.
Grip is much lower.
Into 4 left long, opens 30, 2 left.
Oh,
Into 2 right.
wow, this is really tricky conditions now.
Opens 50. 5 right long. Into 4 left long. Into 3 right tightens. Into slow, 5 left, into 1 right long, tightens. Opens. Into 6 left, extra long, tightens 1.
Oh,
And 2
oh,
left
wow,
tightens,
what happened there?
2 right.
It's like
into
the
3
car
left,
broke away from me.
into 4
It's a
right.
bit strange, I don't quite know what happened there.
Keep left over 50, 2 right long.
It's like we hit black ice in
Into
that
5
sense,
left.
you know, the car just...
Into 3 left tightens, 30. 5 right long, 30. 4 left long.
The brakes
opens over
locking,
crest,
really
30.
locking.
6 left long, 30. 3 right long tightens. Into caution, 6 left over crest, 3 right tightens. Into 6 left, into 4 right tightens, into 3 left tightens. 30, 5 left, into turn 2 left. into 5 right long of a
That's right.
crest.
Oh, I almost went the wrong way there.
Left long. Into 4 right long of a crest. 30. 6 right. Keep right over 80. 6 left cut. 150. 4 right. Opens of a crest. Into 4 left. Extra long.
Oh, look. Again, the
Opens.
brakes, they just locked up so early then. So it's definitely tricky with the brakes locking up like this.
Into 6 right long. 100. 6 right long. Opens. To flat crest. Into 6 right. 100.
I've got no confidence in the
6
car.
left of a crest long.
No confidence.
Into 5 left of a crest. 50. 4 right long. Into 5 left. Keep left of a 50. 4 right. Opens. Into 4 left long. Opens of a crest. 100. 5 right long. Opens 30. 4 right long. Opens of a crest. 80. Slow. 3 left. Opens 5 long, 50. 6 right of a crest, 100. 6 left, opens 100. Flat long crest, 80. 5 right, extra long, 50. 6 left long of a crest, into 6 right long. Keep right over 80. 6 left long, 100. Flat middle of a long crest, over finish, 80 to stop.
Oh, brakes locking up. Brakes locking completely. Wow, okay. Brakes locking is a real issue there. Not comfortable with that at all. That was a bit strange. I should have just stayed accelerated.
Fastest time in that stage.
Okay, so that's a strange one, that is. The brakes were locking up with a very small amount of pressure. Much like the iRacing experience the other day. Maybe I've got an issue with my pedals. I'm going to investigate that, so don't take... Dixon, we did controller gameplay yesterday, so we've done several hours of controller gameplay. Today I'm having a look at the wheel, but I will investigate my brakes, because that was a little bit strange. What wheel am I using? This is currently I'm using the Fanatic official F1 wheel, so very handy. Sean's waiting for Wreckfest to come out. Well, you know, good old next car game, as we called it. It's been around for some time, and we look forward to it. Actually, we've done a fair bit of coverage in the past, and look forward to seeing what it's like on console for sure. And ROP says Red Bull Richard Burns race rally is still the best. It's pretty perfect. It is. It just needs. Well, it's not perfect because the graphics are dated, so it needs a new graphics and audio and update. I think I've already done the auto repair. How do you back out? Right there. So, yeah. Where's the auto recommended repairs, confirm repairs? Yeah, I'm not messing around with all that. When you're on like hard settings and you really want to tune it, then we'll go with that. Right now we're just getting through it. The idea here is that we just want to get some cash.
5 right, 30. 2 left tightens. Good luck.
Good luck. I mentioned 3 corner names that are completely irrelevant, and good luck.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 100, 5 right. 30, 2 left tightens. Into 3 right long, opens 50. Don't cut, 6 right, opens of a crest into flat left, 100. Early 4 left, 4 right, extra long, don't cut, opens into 5 left, opens 80, 4 left, extra long, into 6 right, keep middle of a 30.
Oh, went the gear down too low then. That one done the gearbox any good.
4, opens, tightens, 5 right, into 5 left long, into 6 right of a crest, into 5 left, extra long, 30, 5 right long, tightens 3, into 4 left long, 30, 6 right, extra long, tightens, into 4 left long, tightens 3 narrow, into don't cut, 4 right, opens 30, 6 left, 150, early 5 left, 100, 3 right tightens, into cut, 4 left, into 5 left, small cut over crest, into 6 right long, caution 30, 5 right long, tightens narrow 3. 50, slow 5 left over crest long, into 3 right, into 4 left, small cut into caution, 6 right, 2 left long, opens 6, into 3 right, very long, tightens 100, 3 right, tightens, into 2 left long, tightens 1, 30, 6 left, into 4
Get
right,
into that corner.
opens long, tightens past junction, 5 left, opens extra long, into 4 right long, 50, 6 left long, opens 100, 5 right, extra long, tightens to crest, and 6 left, extra long, tightens cut, opens 50, 6 right, 100, 6 right of a crest, slow, keep left of a crest, 60, caution, 2 right tightens, opens 6, into small cut, 3 left long, tightens 1, small cut, 70, 4 right long, 30, 2 right, into 2 left long, tightens, don't cut, opens 100, 5 right long, tightens over crest, into 4 left long, into slow, small cut, 5 right, 3 left, 2 right, tightens, small cut, into 6 left, opens 50, 6 left, keep right of a 30, 1 left, tightens, 2 right, small cut, into 3 left long, into 2 right, tightens, into 6 left long, 300, turn unseen, hairpin left, 50, 2 right long, tightens, into 2 left, opens 50, 4 left, 30, 3 right, 50, keep right into 2 left long, tightens late, 30, 5 right, 60,
Damn, I don't know what my headlights are.
4 right long, dip, tightens 3 of a crest, into 5 left of a crest, into 4 right, extra long, 30, 4 left long, into cut, 4 right, 3 left long, opens of a crest, 70. 5 right long, tightens 3 long. Into 2 left, 30. 5 right, into 5 left of a crest long, tightens, into cut 4 right. Into 4 left long of a crest, into cut 5 right. 4 left, 5 right cut, into 5 left, into 4 right. Into 6 left, 6 right, into 5 left long, into cut 6 right, into 5 left of a crest, 30. 6 right, extra long of a crest, 50, tight 4 left tightens, 30. Slow 6 left of a crest into small cut 3 right, 4 left, cut 4 right, and 3 left long, 30, cut 4 right of a dip, opens of a crest, into 6 left, and small cut 4 right, 3 left long, opens, 6 left, into 5 right, opens into 3 left tightens, into 3 right tightens, into 4 left, into 4 right long, opens of a crest, into sudden 4 left, into 5 right, into caution 2 left long, 30, 2 right long, 30, 2 left long tightens, 30, 4 right, extra long, tightens 3 long tightens, into 5 left long, tightens, into 3 right tightens, into 5 left long tightens, opens 6 long, 4 right, into 3 left tightens, 80. Slow 4 left, into 4 right, opens of a bridge, tightens 3, and 6 right, 50, 5 left, extra long, tightens 4, 100, keep left into big cut, 5 right of a crest, into caution, keep left of a crest, 3 right tightens, 30, 4 left long, tightens 2, opens, into 6 left, very long, opens of a crest, into 2 right long, opens, tightens 1 right, into 2 left, to crest, 1 left, of a finish, into 4 right long, to stop,
Brilliant.
just did the fastest time in that stage.
Great. That was a 9-minute stage. That was. I haven't seen a metro, by the way, Gary. Hi, Gary. I haven't seen the metro in the game. Oh, is it? Where is it titled? Where is it titled? Controller gameplay. It's according to the restream. Well, let's change that stream title then, if we have that. It shouldn't have that. So change that for you guys. View replay. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to see if we can change that for you guys so that the title isn't incorrect. Oh, and something's happened that stopped the stream.
6 right tightens 4, opens tightens 5 right.
Let's see if we can. Oh, I see. Let's
Into
move
5
this.
left long.
Nope. So we're just going to try and change the stream title. That's strange. It hasn't changed the title. That is weird. Okay, let's change that for you guys, because we're done with controller gameplay. All of that was done yesterday. Let's see, this is PC gameplay. Okay, let's just change that. Unfortunately, some of these, obviously we broadcast to about 6 different websites, so not all of them properly change the game title being streamed. Let's see if we can fix it on YouTube. A bit of a problem with when you're playing PC games, because obviously I've got to move the mouse onto the PC while I'm changing things. Hold on, let's see where that is. Let's just change YouTube as well, because that's showing Gran Turismo as being the game being played, which is always a bit irritating. This is definitely a restreaming issue, because I stream to different sites, but it doesn't accept. There we go. That in there, and save changes. So that should be, and it doesn't accept Rally on YouTube, which is really weird. Rally 2.0, it's weird, it's not accepting it unless you put it in. Weird. Okay, that's fine. Go on, save that. Right, that should all be fixed now then, guys. That's it. So if you want to watch, let's just fix this. Let's see if we can fix this for you guys. Okay, let's fix that. So if you want to see controller gameplay, you've got this video here, and let's just open it in the tab, and more controller gameplay here. So we've already done 4 hours on the controller, and now we've changed to the PC version, so that's good now. Thanks for that, guys. Thanks for letting me know. It's always a bit of a pain, because what happens is I have a system where I update one title, and it's supposed to update it on all websites, and for some reason sometimes it doesn't. Right, okay, so that should all be fixed now, guys. That's done, and that's done. Okay. All right then, so let's have a look at your chat first, which I'm just going to have a look at that. So yeah, I don't have the Metro available, Strange Gary, which is weird. Yes, F1 rim, whatever. I don't have another rim for this particular base that I know I can use at the moment. I've got to find out what rims I can use, and I'll be using the other Sparko at some point as well. Thanks, Dixon. Matt, well done, Alan. Quick thoughts on this being better than the first, or is it just tracks? I'm going to save the answer to that one, Matt, to our team chat, because we've got our review coming, and we're going to way more depth on the review on all of our findings. I'm being quite observational here, but I get quite opinionated in the review, as does Kevin. And Kevin's done a lot of driving on this, so yeah, it'll be worth listening to. That's okay, Thunderbolt, no problem. Just leave it on there on your phone. So thanks for letting me know, guys. And iKnuckle Gaming says, how did you get it early? Well, we're media, so you know we run a teamvvv.com. If you haven't seen it, do check it out. Well, actually, there's no online option yet. Well, I say online, you can't go online yet, Dixon, because there's nobody online actually. So all the leaderboards are empty. It really is sort of deserted until they open it to the general public, and then after that, it will populate, and then we can always have a look at those details. In a way, that's why it's always funny when you see so many reviews that come out on day one, and you think, how did everybody review it? They've only reviewed the offline aspect, and how can you get through the entire game in 2 days? I don't know. It's impossible. And what do we got here? Just looking for. So lots of you guys were saying hello. Sorry, I didn't say hello when I was driving. It's so much concentration doing this rally that I think we can just. I think I can. Can I play it here? I can. I mean, these rally stages are epic, aren't they? 9 minutes there of just pure concentration for 9 minutes. It's not something I can do for hours on end. So we have little breaks now and again. JD Max is here. Wallace says hello, but I don't speak that language, sorry. Aaron Homer says, is this on easy? Well, it's funny you say that. I believe this is all on medium, but what's strange is that when you run a single rally in a single rally mode, it's much more difficult, and I'm going to check that out once we get onto the Rallycross as well. Obviously that and the fact that I'm just badass, you know. And one chap here says, it seems to me that it's Dirt 4 with just another name. No, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair on it at all. It's quite different to Dirt 4. Dirt 4 was a concept. There's definitely elements they've taken from Dirt 4 and elements and assets, I guess visual assets. There's elements they've taken from Dirt Rally and they've brought them together. Definitely elements there. But we'll talk about some of that again in the team chat. Aaron says you need a handbrake. I have got one. I've got to find a way to bolt it to my chair. That's the only reason why I don't have the handbrake set up right now. Is I've got to figure out what to do in terms of something to connect it with. I've got the clamp, but I've got nothing to clamp it to. So you know, it's an issue. It's an issue at the moment, a handbrake issue. So just going back through some of the chat during the rally. Loads of chat coming in. Better than WRC7. It is at present. I mean, WRC7, I had a bit of a handling update. I carry on about this because it changed the game a lot for me. But there are great stages in WRC7. I mean, when WRC7 first came out, I loved it. I felt the car more than I do in this, in many respects. In fact, though, I don't think Dirt Rally was as perfect as everybody seems to make out it was. I still think some of the cars had even this car doesn't have necessarily a great feeling of speed at some speeds. You feel like you're doing 40 when you're doing, much quicker speeds, 100. But yes, you can see there. I mean, it doesn't look that quick, does it? Even though, to an extent, you're pushing quite hard. When I'm doing these videos on a stream, I'm always a little bit conservative because I don't want to bin it on every corner. So you are lifting a little bit more than I would be if I was studying this in terms of an e-sport. Darth Mong says hello as well. If I was studying this as an e-sport, my approach would be quite different. One, you do the stage over and over again. But two, you really understand about pushing limits, and we're not doing that here. Dick says, do you know if there's a handbrake built to a Logic G9? I guess it depends what format you're on, but you can always use the Thrustmaster handbrake. It connects directly to your PC or to your hardware. Should be fine.
Opens 50.
Wreckfest does have replays. I don't even know if it even has a replay editor. We can always take a look at it on a stream. I actually have it on the PC here, so we can always look at that. WRC has a lot more stages. Well, that's another question. We're going to get to that. I mean, WRC 8 this year, could blow everyone away if they get it right. I mean, if you look at the improvement from WRC 1 to WRC 5, 6, 7 and now 8, you'll see gradual improvements every time. They had next to no time to make the first game. and I felt they made a fun game, but the graphics and the audio weren't on par. You know, it needed more development time. I think WRC6 for me, I think Kevin enjoyed it a lot. I wasn't so keen on it. There was a lot of stuttering and tearing, and I just felt it just wasn't ready. WRC7 was a nice big step forward. Some great stages, and when it first came out, I loved it. As I say, the update that came in November that year, I didn't like. Changed the handling somehow, and just didn't enjoy it as much after that. And then you've got WRC8 coming this year. A really important game there, you know, in terms of 14 locations. That's epic. In-game game in says, I watch every day until I get my copy of Dirt 2. Good man. I mean, we're just watching one stage here. It's 9 minutes. I'm having a little break for a minute because they're so intense. You need a little break between doing some of these stages. Can you tell the difference between new tyre models and Dirt Rally 2? Personally, I've not done enough Dirt Rally 1 and 2, but Kevin has done a lot more. So that is something he's going to talk about in... we go into some depth in the physics in our upcoming review. So don't want to give all that away. You know, there's a lot coming in the review, and I want to save some of the chats for that. But if you watch the Team VVV podcast, you'll know what we're all about when it comes to a bit of chat. Gary says WRC, great game, very underrated. It is. We really enjoyed it, Team VVV. It was our best surprise award last year. It was a great game, and it was a massive step forward. I think they've got so much to build upon with WRC8. The problem with these games is that often people just see a replay clip and they judge the whole game on it. Wait and see what the final game's like. As far as I'm aware, everything in this game has been purposely built. That's not to say they haven't used elements and assets that were in previous games. As I say, you might see bushes that were in colours that were in Dirt 4 that they've used in terms of their tech. When it comes to Dirt 4, I didn't review Dirt 4, that's the problem. I was focusing on something else, I think. So we'll just double check here. Got to just retweet the stream, guys. And then we're... oh, damn. Let's see. It's all kicking off. Alright, hold on. Let's just retweet the stream. Bear with me, guys. Just got to retweet my stream, and then we're ready to go. Alright. Okay, so we're going to crack on now, and as I say, we're going to carry on. And well, actually, no, the physics when WRC 7 first was released, I really liked. I just didn't like it after the changes so much. But when people talk about physics, you really need to start. You can't just say physics. People talk about physics, and you say you've got to talk about force feedback. You've got to talk about acceleration. You've got to talk about. Are we talking about the tyre model? Are we talking about suspension model? I think people just say bad physics. That means nothing. And that's what I really want people to break down. Is say when you're breaking into the dirt, this happened or that happened, or I really want that sort of level of depth to let me know. Let's see now. We're going to crack on, guys. And we're going to do the next stage. So while I'm driving, obviously I can't read your comments. So let's continue. Got a couple of achievements there as well. Caution, don't cut. No, I don't necessarily agree with that. There was still weight transfer in WRC7. So there was still a weight transfer system in there. But as I say, they did change the handling. So it depended when you played it. When it first came out, the weight transfer and the feeling of texture, gravel was better. But yeah, something changed in it. Messed up all my settings in a stream one day, and it was a different thing entirely. All right, let's focus.
Good luck.
Just gonna the light is quite bright in my face here, but let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 6 right, 100. 3 left. 150. 2 left, extra long, tightens. Into 3 right, don't cut. Opens over crest. Into 5 right long, opens 30, 2 right long. Into 3 left, 30, 4 left. Don't cut 1 right. Opens over crest. Into 2 right. Don't cut 2 left long. Opens and tightens. Into 5 right over crest. Extra long. Caution. Tightens 2 long. Into 6
Oh, wow.
into 2 left long.
Locking wheels. So frustrating the way the front just locks.
Opens over crest. 6 right. Into cut 5 left.
Anyway, let's just carry on.
50.
That's given me a massive penalty now.
2 right.
A damaged car.
4 extra long. 50. 4 left tightens 3 over bridge. 30. 4 left long. Opens. Into 5 right. 100. Narrow 4 right. Into short 6 left. 40. 4 right, open 6, and crest into 2 left, don't cut. Into 5 right long, 3 left long, tightens 2. Open 6 long over crest, into 1 right long.
The way the fronts lock on this car is horrible, really horrible.
Opens 30.
Just when you're braking, it can sometimes send you off in the wrong direction.
Into 3 right long over crest. Into 4 left.
Oh, wow. Wow, look at the understeer there.
Into 4 right. Into 4 left long.
Well, that's ruined it.
Into 5 right.
You have to take it slow now, so as not to damage the car. Yeah, I just, do you know, it's funny, I mentioned earlier that I'm not
Into 5 right over crest.
feeling the car. It's basically down to the fact that I have no faith in the brakes.
Into
That's the
6
problem.
right. Opens
They
50.
just seem to lock up or
Cut 5 left.
just
Into 6
inconsistent.
crest.
Sometimes if you barely touch them, that's the way to use them. But
3 right long. Opens into cut 4 left. 4 right. Into 3 left, tighten small cut. Into keep right over 50, 4 right. 100. 5 left, cut late. Extra long, 30. Early, 5 right over crest. Cut 6 left, 50. 6 right long.
my headlights, are they even on? I don't know. I wouldn't know how to turn them on anyway.
Cut 4 left. Into 6 right. Cut 6 left. 5 right. Into 5 left over crest. Into 6 right long. 30.
They are on. It's just not great.
4 left big cut. Into sudden 3 right. Into 4 left. 30. 2 right tightens. Into 2 left, extra long, opens 120. Crest into 3 right long, tightens. Into cut 5 left. Into 3 right, extra long over crest, 50. 3 left long. Into 5 right. Into 4 left long,
Barely see where I'm going here.
80. Small cut, 6 left, into 3 right, extra 6 left, extra long, tightens 4, 30, 5 right long, caution 30, 1 right.
Can't see the corners very well here.
Left long,
Really dark through there.
50, turn, hairpin right. 50 over finish, 100 to stop.
Okay. Need some better lights, yes. Need some better lights for sure.
I think that's the rally win. Well done.
Well, there you go. Managed to come back. Yeah, what's going on there is I find that more than 20%, not even that, 10% braking is all I'm needing. More than that, the front wheels literally just lock and actually send me off. So what I'm needing to do is adjust my driving to cope with the terrible brakes on this car. Alright, so let's continue. That's it, done. Done. So that's sorted. Give me some money. What's some money? Money. There we go. Cash. Give me the cash so I can get a better car. Alright. So, oh no, I've got to stick with this car, have I, for the entire rally. Alright then, fine. So we've got upgrades. Yes. I think that will do for the moment. I think the brakes are the thing that's really just causing me serious grief. Give me better brakes. I want to save money other than that, because as we're this part will not be repaired. Okay. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, where's the auto repairs? Recommended repairs. Go on, do that then. That's it. Saves a bit of time. So managed to win, and we'll see. Well, we can turn the pace notes off if you like. We can turn those off. I don't use them anyway, so. Philip, I'll do it just for you. Just for you. Just for you. I'll turn off the pace notes. It is not mine, 679. How is the game? It is a mystery indeed. So far I'm enjoying it, and I'll have a detailed review coming up. Let's change that for you guys. Where do we find the pace notes? Let's see. Is that the one? Button prompts, co-driver calls. Yeah. Let's have a look then. That's all we need. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Right, stuck in. Okay, wet weather, tricky conditions, rubbish car. It's just what you need on Dirt Rally. Alright then. Tommy says shorten the gears. You know what? I'm going to drive through the gear pain. The gear. Let's see how we get on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 80,
Visibility's low.
Unseen, 2 left around Bale, cobbles.
Oh wow,
Don't
okay.
cut 3 right, 3 left. Don't
2
cut,
left,
tightens
2
around
left.
Bale,
Ah,
cobbles. 30, 1 right, don't cut 2 left. 40, turn 2 left around Vale tarmac.
it's actually quite tricky.
Left over 160.
Okay,
Turn unseen, don't cut 3 right long, tightens 2.
can't see anything. Tightens 2.
30. Flat left
Oh
long.
my goodness me, this is difficult.
30.
This car has no traction.
6 left long.
There's no control and handling.
Forward jump. 50. 6 left long. 50. 6 right long. Opens of a jump.
Can't see anything.
Crest and flat. 6 right. Opens of a jump. Into 6 left. Tightens of a crest. Into 6 right of a crest. To keep middle of a crest. And flat right. 100. Keep left of a jump. 50. 6 right.
Keep left.
Opens of a crest.
Keep left. I kept left. I kept left.
60. Keep left of a crest. 30. 5 right long.
I cannot see Jack.
Crest. Into 6
You know what?
left.
I'm going to change view here.
Tightens 3 of a crest.
Can't change view because I don't know what button is. You actually see more on this stage from the bonnet cam. You have a better field of view than you do.
Of a bump jump. Into 4 right.
No.
50.
Oh well. Can't change view.
Middle of a crest jump. 80.
Oh, it has changed view.
6 right of a crest into bumps.
That's better. See what I'm doing now. Lighting is actually better from here.
Crest slow 30. 4 right long. 120.
So difficult.
Left of a crest. Into flat right of a crest. Into 4 left. Opens of a crest. Into 6 left long. Tightens of a crest. Into 4 right long. Into 6 left of a crest jump. 100. Flat left of a jump. Extra, extra long. To keep middle of a 170. 6 right. 50. Flat crest and 6 left long of a crest. Into 6 right. Opens of a crest. Into 6 left long of a crest. 100. Turn 4 right. Into 5 left. Into 2 right. Tightens tarmac. Into 5 left. Caution 100. Chicane. 1 right entry. 1 left. 30. Turn, don't cut 3 left long. Opens 6. Extra long bump. Into 6 right, tightens 5, gravel, 60, 4 left, tightens over crest past junction, 30, crest and 5 right long of a crest, and 6 right,
Damn, I thought that was the 6 right.
6 left long, caution 30, 6 right, tightens over jump, 30, flat right of a long crest, into 6 left long of a crest, into 6 right long of a crest, tightens 5, to crest, and 4 left, opens, slow 80, turn 3 right of a crest, 80, 6 left, opens 80. Four left, tightens 3. Into 6 right long of a crest, caution slow 50, crest into 2 left tightens. Into 4 right long of a crest, 50.
Damn. Damn. Just a bit closer than I thought it was. Oh, bloody hell.
Into 4 right long of a crest, 50.
This stage is probably going to be like 100 times easier when you know it, but when you don't know where you're going
Jump,
and it handles like this, it's just horrid to drive.
turn unseen, 3 right tightens. Opens. To tarmac. 6 left of a crest long. Opens 80. 5 right of a dip. And finish into 6 left. To stop. Well done.
That was hard work. That was easily, comfortably the hardest. Oh, goodness. Thought it would, it's not letting me change view again. Okay. That was comfortably the most difficult stage I've done so far, I have to say. It was no idea where you're going, but also you're almost driving blind then. You know, I think that shows what skill these rally drivers have when they can drive at night on a road they don't know and they just understand notes. Absolutely, Renee. Yeah, changing the wheelbase and pedals on my rig is not a short-term thing. It's quite a big hassle. So when also I've got the PC and Xbox versions, so I could. The problem is that I've got to play Gran Turismo because I'm doing this Nations Cup right now. So I'm going to finish this Nations Cup and then I'll see where. Yeah, the pace notes don't make much difference. It's more the Philip. It's more the just not being able to see. It's you're always looking forward and through the corner, whereas I was just looking at the floor. I thought I can't see anything. So it's very difficult to know. That was a really good example because I didn't know what I was looking at. Racing at night is challenging. It's funny actually, it's challenging in real racing cars as well. When you go out on a racetrack at night, like corners feel longer. I think a good example of that was in Project Cars. Actually did it really well. And how a course can change in the pitch black of night when you don't, you're racing around a course you've done 100 times, but suddenly you're realizing corners feel longer than they do normally.
Start and turn 1 right tightens gravel into 4 left long.
Okay.
Good luck.
Good luck. It's changed. There we are. Get back inside the car. Right.
5.
Now my car's damaged, so I just need to.
2, 1, go. And turn 1 right tightens gravel into 4 left long.
Oh, wow, wheel spin ahoy there.
4 right long, tightens over crest, into 6 left, 50. Crest, 100, past junction, 5 right, into 6 left long. Six right of a crest, jump, 150, 6 right, extra long, into narrow, 5 left, 30, 6 right, extra long, tightens, into 6 left, 6 right,
Oh,
60.
damn, I thought I'd done it right there. Just too much wheel spin.
Flat left of a jump. 30. 6 left long. Opens of a jump. Extra, extra long. Opens of a jump. 50. 6 right. Into 6 left of a crest jump. Into 5 right long. Tightens 4. 30. 6 right. Into 4 left. Tightens of a crest. Into 6 right. Very long. 30. Keep right of a jump. Into 6 left. Extra long. Tightens 4. Into 4 right. And 4 right. Into 4 left long. Tightens turn 3. Opens of a crest. Into 4 right. And 6 left. 80. 4 left. Slow 70. Turn unseen. 1 right. Tarmac 300. Keep right into turn 1 left between bales.
Can't see the bales, so
6 right. Opens 80.
there we are.
Flat crest. Slow 60. 3 left long. Tightens turn 1. Don't cut. 40. Gravel. 5 right over crest. Extra long. Open 6 of a jump. Long. Into caution 40. 3 left of a crest. Opens. Into 6 right long of a crest. Into 6 left long. Opens, keep middle of a big jump. 30. 6 right of a crest. Into immediate 6 left. 100 of a jumps. 4 right long. Tightens. Opens of a crest.
Damn it,
Into
damn it, damn it. Just a bit closer than I thought.
Keep right of a 30. 6 left. 30. 5 right. Into 6 left long. Opens of a finish. 80. To stop.
Okay, there we go.
Did the tyres perform okay in that stage?
Well, it's very difficult to say with this car, actually. And if anything worked right. That was intense, wasn't it? That was intense. It helped that I could see where I was going. I think by putting you into the deep end of racing on wet mud at night in that car, it's certainly tricky. Right, I'm going to be straight back, viewers.
100 past junction. 5 right.
Hold on.
Into 6 left long.
Some more water, sort myself out. Right, back in 2 minutes.
Six right, extra, extra long. Opens of a crest, into slow, 6 left long, tightens turn 3. 30. 5 right long, tightens 4, 30, 6 right, into 4 left, 4 right, into 4 left long, tightens turn, 1 right, keep right into turn 1 left between veils, 'Into caution 40, 3 left of a crest, opens, into 6 right long of a
Okay.
crest,
We're ready to crack on in a moment. I'll just look at some. I just need a little break after that.
into 6 left long,
It's intense. It's really intense. There's a lot of throttle control, brake control. There's a lot moving around on the car. It's really tough, really tough. So it's not for beginners. And again, this is my first time in this car playing all these courses. So do bear in mind I've not seen any of this before. That corner there came up quick on me. If I did it again, I always find I can't remember a whole rally, but if I can remember the few corners where I make a little mistake, then we'll take a look. Gary says, don't forget the Metro. If it's in here, I haven't seen a Metro in the game yet for me to use. We might need to unlock it or to buy it. Hold on 2 seconds, just have a spot of dinner. Got to fuel up, you know, doing all this driving, dehydration, you know, you got to keep yourself in perfect condition. It's hard, got to deal with the G-forces.
crest 100, past junction 5 right, into 6 left
I'm
long,
going to mute myself.
.30, 6 right, extra long, opens of a crest, into slow, 6 left long, tightens turn 3.
Okay. So Bongo, it's playable with a controller. Are you as quick with a controller? It depends on the car as well. Some cars are easier to play with a controller than others. Yeah, it's. I've got all. I think assists are off. Right, let's continue. Yeah, I'm going with the main assists off there, so yeah. Okay, great. Let's crack on. Well, you don't forget, as you play the different cars, there's only 6 maps. I mean, it's not like there's tons in here, so in theory you'll learn some of it as you go. The night rallies are never something I've ever really, did I enable hardcore damage? No, because on a stream learning the game, that's a bit tricky. I think when you've played the game and you've found I don't like driving this car particularly. I think it's too slow. I want to drive a modern rally car. I want something much faster, more intense. This car for me feels like it's doing 40 mile an hour a lot of the time. That's one of the reasons. What's for tea? Well, tea is for tea, but as for dinner, we'll wait and see. At the moment, it's a nice double-decker. That's my it's a bit of lunch, shall we say? Right. Sort this out. And look at that! Boom! I mean, honestly, my mechanics. I'm just gonna now. I'm gonna buy them a nice cup of tea. They're gonna get a nice cup of tea. And they're going to get some chips for that. And you know what? I'll even buy them a burger to share. Just for that. Bit of burger and chips for my mechanics. What a good job.
Start 6 right long.
Alright, here we go. Let's focus on the next rally.
Flat left over crest. Good luck.
Oh, I tell you, I am. Ninja, I am. I give him too much.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. 6 right long, opens over crest, 30. Flat right and flat left over crest, 120. 6 left over crest, very long, 60. 6 left over jump, opens long, 80. 6 right of a crest, 50. Slow, 6 left, 30, turn, hairpin right, around bales. 50.
Ah, hit the wrong button there. Damn it.
6 left,
Thought I'd hit the handbrake.
30.
Clearly I didn't.
4 left,
Getting myself mixed up.
40.
Let's concentrate.
5 left of a crest, 100.
Is that a drone then?
6 left long, opens of a jump, 50. 4 right long tightens, into 6 left of a crest, extra long, opens, 80. Keep middle of a jump, 100. Turn unseen narrow, 4 right long. Opens, 30. Flat middle of a jump, 180. 6 left long, opens of a jump, 30. 6 right long, opens of a crest, 50. 4 left long, into 4 right narrow. Opens of a crest, tarmac. 80 of a crest, slow, unseen turn, 1 left. 200.
Ah, goodness, I thought I was ready for that.
Right to chicane.
Still a bit slower than I sometimes expect.
5 right exit, 50.
Oh, right, I have to go through here.
6 left, 250.
Completely the wrong gear.
Turn 3 left long. Opens of a crest, gravel.
There's the 3 left. Do you know, I almost went right then. I just...
Turn 3 left long. 80. right long. Opens.
Understood. There, that's the brakes again, snapping me.
6 left of a jump. Into 6 right long. Over crest. Opens, keep middle of a jump. To jump. Into sudden caution. 2 right. 3 left. 30. 6 right long. 30. 6 left of a jump. Opens of a jump long. To keep middle of a big jump. 30. 5 left. Into 3 right long tightens. Into 5 left.
Damn. Right at the end of the stage.
Six right long, opens over crest,
Oh,
to keep middle of a crest, into
goodness.
6 right, extra long, over finish, to stop. Looking good for a stage win in there.
Yep. Well, the difficulty obviously would need to be higher to make it more competitive, but I'm not going to argue at the moment. It's not been the best for me. That little mistake then just caught me out, didn't it, with the tree? Won the stage after the crash, absolutely. So 6th overall. That's because the night stage did so much damage, basically. So I need a really good finish to try and win this. It's unlikely, but we'll try. Matt was saying about the ruts. It was tricky. The car was moving around a lot on that stage. It wasn't as easy to drive, and in fact it was probably the way the ground was rutted that sort of threw me off on that corner, actually. I think there's a certain precision you get in video games which is different to real life, in the sense that you know that a 3 or a 4 is very precise what it is, whereas in this the number is almost a guideline.
Flat right and flat left over crest. Good luck.
Sorry, what was that, mate? No, I don't know. He'll have to tell me all again anyway. Mad Hatter's here as well. Hello, Mad Hatter. Gary would like the pace notes back on screen. We can do that in a moment. We can do that. We will do a rally first. In fact, I should do a clear no HUD rally at some point, but I quite like having some HUD on here just to tell me what's what. Right. Let's crack on. Viewers. Another rally. This is a long one.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. 6 right long, opens over crest, 30. Flat right and flat left over crest, 120. 6 left over crest, very long, 60. 6 left over jump, opens long, 80. 6 right of a crest, 50. Slow, 6 left 30, turn hairpin right around Bales.
Couldn't get the car in right there. It's quite tricky. Just there's sometimes it's like tricky when you're turning the wheel in to hit it.
40.
That's where a round steering wheel comes in a bit handier actually as well.
6 left long, opens of a jump, 50. 4 right long tightens, into 6 left of a crest, extra long, opens, 80. Keep middle of a jump, 100. 6 left long, opens of a jump, 30. 6 right long, opens of a crest, 50. 4 left long, into 4 right narrow. Opens of a crest, tarmac. 80 of a crest, slow, unseen turn, 1 left. 200.
Oh, bloody wheels locking up every time.
To chicane, 1 left. Right exit, 50. 6 left, 250. Turn 3 left long, opens of a crest, gravel. 30. Turn 3 left long, 80. 4 right long, opens 30. 6 left of a jump, into 6 right long, of a crest, opens, keep middle of a jump, to jump, into sudden caution, 2 right, 3 left, 30, 6 right long, 30,
Did that before.
6 left of a jump, opens of a jump long, to keep middle of a big jump, 30, 5 left, into 3 right long tightens, into 5 left,
Same corner.
50.
Into 5 left. 5 left. That ain't a 5. No wonder I was going off. Oh, that's a right. It's a right into a left.
6 right long,
Getting my numbers mixed up on that corner. It's because he says it the number at the different time there.
6 right extra long,
So I'm hearing it differently. That's ruined it. It's ruined the stage. Damn. We're not going to win the rally.
into 6 left, 30,
So frustrating.
4 right, into slow, 5 left, and turn 3 right,
Now, I'm definitely hearing a call wrong at that point. There's definitely a call where he said something about that.
4 left long of a crest,
Frustrating. I'll have to do it again.
100 of a jumps, keep right of a jump, a tree, and keep left of a big jump, 30, keep right of a crest, into 5 left, into caution, 4 right tightens, 3 of a crest, into 6 left long,
Oh, Jesus.
opens of a crest, jump, 30, slow, 6 left long, opens 20, turn unseen, don't cut, 1 right, opens, tarmac, 50,
Didn't hear that call at all. Come on. Ah, damn it.
keep middle of a crest, caution, keep right of a
Ah,
30
I've
to
lost all my
chicane,
time.
1 left, 1 right exit, 6 left, 300,
Oh, wow. Do you know, it's ruined it now. Once you know that, it's easy, but... So, something to remember. I've lost all my lead. Damn.
turn unseen, square left, 50, 4 right long, opens, 80 over bumps, 4 left, opens of a crest, into turn, 4 right, extra long, tightens 3, into 4 left, 30, cut, 5 left, into 5 right long, into 6 left, opens of a crest, 30, 4 left, tightens of a crest, into 5 right, 30, 40, 4 left over crest, 50, 6 right over crest, into 6 left long, 100 over bumps, 6 right, extra long, upwards of a jump, 50, 4 left long, narrow, and turn, 3 right long. Opens of a crest, into 5 left long, tightens 4. 50, 6 right, extra long, into 6 left. Into 6 right, into 5 left, opens extra long. Into 6 right, into 6 left, extra long, 100. Six left, opens over crests, 30. 6 right, into 5 left, 80. Keep middle of a long crest.
Damn it.
Into 6 right, into 5 left long, tightens 4. 50 after finish, 6 right long.
Oh, damn it.
Stop.
Car's damaged.
Well done.
Ah, wow. That was a great looking stage, no doubt about it. Yeah, graphics were great. Just a bit frustrating for me. There was a couple of calls there I didn't hear very well, and there was just a couple of direction changes that sort of took me
A good chance of a win in that stage.
by surprise. Something I'll look back at later. The competitor in me, viewers, it's the competitor in me. Is that even though it's my first time playing and I haven't seen any of this, I still like to do a decent job. Do you know what I mean? But we'll look at a bit of a replay, because I think no harm in looking at a replay of what was a very impressive stage. And for the behind car viewer there, let's do a bit of. There it is. There it is. Right, let's just turn it down a little bit. It's a bit loud from that view. Hold on. There we are. There we are. Okay. Wow, so I'm a little break again for a minute, because it's quite intense. It's quite intense. Now, would you guys like the notes back on screen? Is that that was a nice cartwheel at the end. More driven by frustration. Bear with me, I'll just have some more dinner. Just mute while I'm eating. Okay, viewers. So I'm just going to chill for a moment. Take these off for a second. Have a little break. It's been good actually. I've enjoyed so far. We're doing some more stages in just a moment. It's quite intense. There's a couple of calls there that just confused me at times. I don't know how the calls were or what they were, but you're always listening a few ahead, and for whatever reason, I wasn't hearing them right. I've had a couple of dodgy calls, just in terms like that call there. I just I didn't hear it. What is it? A right 3, something like that maybe. I don't know what it was supposed to have been, but anyway, I'll go back and have a look at that. Lots of questions coming in here. So they need Wales and Ireland in the game. Yes, I'm just going to cycle up here. Is this like Dirt Rally 1? Is it like Dirt Rally 1? I think it's got elements of Dirt Rally 1 in it, and it's got refinements and improvements and changes, but until the rally community at large get on it and thousands of people are working on it, then I think it's going to be debatable as to what everyone thinks of it. I think everyone's going to have their own take on what they feel is real rally. What do I think? I think that in real life, it's funny when you get in a rally car and you're driving, you feel like you're going at incredible speeds. It's a tunnel, everything's shaking, everything's making noise, you're listening to what the guy's telling you to do, and you're driving around and the back end comes out a bit and you do a bit of opposite lock and you're like, I feel like a badass, and then the rally drivers take over and they take you out, and man, they're just, I've had a couple of rally drivers taking me out. One rally driver who took me out a few years ago, there was Craig Breen. He took me out, and honestly, yeah, that's another. I'm still alive, but good guy, straight talker. And he was a big fan of Richard Burns' rally. I tell you, he did all of his training on Richard Burns years ago. I'm going to talk a bit about the DLC in our team chat that's coming up. We're gonna have a real debate about a lot of things. There's a lot of things I don't want to talk about because it's quite important that it's all sort of built into that video, which is our review of the game. And obviously Kevin's working on his review. That was meant to have been up, taking a bit longer. In many respects, it's good because me and Kevin want to play this game a lot more. A lot of people come to snap judgments on all these games, and we want to really spend a few days just playing through it first between us and chatting about things and working out what's right and what's not right. And when you just run a generic gaming site, you can just write it's a racing game, but for us, everyone wants to know a lot more depth, physics, steering wheel controller details, stuff like that. So we're trying assists on, assists off, everything else. There's different things to test out at the moment. I am finding the braking a bit of a pain with this car, obviously in terms of default. It is, Alexander. People don't realise. When you go out in a rally car and you're going around these roads and you're doing it 60, 70 mile an hour, it feels like 200 mile an hour. I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing roughly sort of 70, 80 down some stretches and listening so closely to my teacher. And we would have tyres in the middle of the road. So where you see the bales and the chicanes, we had tyres, and you'd break down and he'd say, right, third gear, second gear, into the tyres, drive through the tyres, third gear now, come on, fourth gear, braking down, third gear, turning in. And you've got to remember using your clutch as well. There's a lot of clutch control in there. It's very intense. You get out of a rally car afterwards and your eyes are like that. But you always felt in control. I never felt like there was a second where in Dirt Rally, let's just talk about Dirt Rally for a second. If I said I'm going to cruise through a stage, because in real life I wouldn't say you're comparatively cruising. You're flat, but you carry less speed into the corners because you don't quite recognise the drifting speed of the car. That's the real issue. You brake for a corner and you slow cruising through it, until you at least learn the ins and outs of it. It's a lot of experience in rally. It really is incredible what these guys feel through the car, and when you see, like, obviously he worked on it, John Armstrong, you know, people like him working on it. One, obviously great rally driver. Two, incredible at the game. I mean, like, really good at it, you know. Oh, I got caught out there by a bump, didn't I? That was a bit unlucky. That was a bit unlucky. How does this version compare to Poland? Do you know, that's a good question, and it's not one I can answer today. That's something that would need, Matt, that's something that would need a bit of analysis another time, no doubt about it. And that would need some more analysis in terms of comparisons.
Flat right and flat.
But graphics are nice. You can see the foliage is great in those shots. We've got some flowers here, that's nice. Some trees, you know, it's nice. Yeah, I died then, didn't I? That was me dead. Yeah, well, that's interesting. So Mar there, you don't, I mean, it's strange, it's a strange concept of racing, but you don't, when you, a better example is on a racetrack, is when you first exit the pit lane. Okay, you're going down the pits and you're going along the pits, and then you cross the end of the pit lane and you go flat. There's a moment there where your body compresses and you're like, wow, and you feel sort of a tingly sensation through your body. You feel like you're falling. It's a strange feeling, and you're like, oh wow, and then you hit the brakes for the first time and you turn in, and suddenly your body catches up with what's happening. It's the same with rallying. You're not driving there in fear. You're driving there intense with what you need to do. You know, that's what it is. I don't think the speed, you know, I don't think you're thinking about speed. You're thinking about what needs to be done. That's if you're thinking about, oh my God, it's scary, what's happening, you're just going to crash off. You've got to think about braking, acceleration, you know, whatever you need to do at that point. And often when people play video games and they you see them, like, I don't know, Monza is a good example. You know, they're driving along and then they go straight off into the first chicane, and you say, what happened? Why did you crash off? And they say, oh, it's all coming at me so fast. And I say to people, well, what did you need to do? This is what you needed to do. That's it. All you need to do, brake. Brake when you hit that board. Nothing more to think about. Forget about everything else. Just brake. And where fear comes from is lack of understanding and control. So if you're turning and something happens and you're thinking, oh my God, you're moving around in the car, what the hell is going on there? Why is that happening? How do I slow down? What do I do when that happens? That's when you end up with problems, you know, when you're driving beyond your capacity. And just don't do it, you know. You start slowly and you build up and you develop yourself as a driver. You don't just go out there. I mean, there's this feeling everyone thinks that you can just, even if you've driven a car or various cars, that you can just get in and go quickly, and it takes massive amounts of practice before you can truly feel and understand cars. When you do get there, it's great, you know, when you understand brake temperatures and tyre temperatures and you're feeling grip and you're understanding that and how quick you can develop it in that car and when it starts coming to you. But rallying is a whole different ball game for sure. Tons of training, yeah, absolutely. You know, I will say this, rally teachers are the bravest men. They really are. And you know, yeah, they are very brave. I mean, there were a few corners I went round where I kind of felt, I know I'm going quick here. I know I'm pushing myself, like really pushing myself. And he's sitting there quite comfortable because I'm quite a calm person. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would fight the wheel and slow the car down super quick, but you're going past trees, you know, trees hurt or worse. So it's very different feeling going rallying. If any of you get the chance to do it, you really should try it sometime, because it really is amazing to try a rally course. You know, obviously, it helps obviously if you drive, because you in terms of the clutch control. But I think a lot of the time you don't always need to know how to drive. You know, people talk about sim racers to racing gamers, and actually you learn a lot in the sim now. The sims are so good now. You can learn in a simulation. If you've got a clutch and a stick, you can learn at home and really get that coordination. You know, The funny thing is that when you drive a road car, you learn how to drive. You know, the first thing your teacher will tell you is, right, we're going to learn clutch control, and you'll feel the biting point. Oops, I do it on the brake. You learn the clutch control, driving a straight line, driving first gear, driving second gear, and so on. You develop yourself, and then the first time you drive on the road, you're like, oh my God, it's traffic lights and things happening, and oh goodness, and I've got to concentrate on mirrors and braking and clutch and traffic lights, and I can't take it all in. And then suddenly all this becomes second nature, and you're just focusing on road signs and other stuff going on, you know, and the capacity increases, and that's a big part of racing as well, is developing your capacity. So there's lots of tricks you can do there as well. So yeah, I'm rambling here about driving and stuff like that, but I always like to combine the real life thought process with the games and the sims. And Alexander's saying professional pilots use simulators. Absolutely, because it keeps that coordination going. You know, all the coordination is there, the urgency and the driving, the feel. You know, it's not the same. It's not going to give you the G-force and the rush, but there's coordination there in the way you move that's going to bring it back to people. You know, so, and they learn things. They'll make mistakes on the sim that may even help them in real life. You know, that's the thing. It's you know, at this point, I wonder why it's so dark. I had no headlights at this point. There you go. So I thought my headlights aren't doing a very good job. Do you have control over brake, clutch and throttle as a... they do have a brake. They definitely have. Yeah, they definitely have dual controls. Thing you want. Yeah, definitely have dual controls. But because where an instructor will say, right, I'm going to tell you now what to do. You'll be going down a straight, and he'll say, right, third gear, fourth gear. Okay, second gear. Slow down, third gear, second gear, stop. Okay. If you don't do what he tells you to do, if you don't go into the gear he tells you to go in, when he tells you to go into, for whatever reason, then he'll hit the brakes and you'll stop like that, and it'll be like, right, we're not going to go any further until you listen to me. And if you don't listen to me, I'm going to stamp on that brake again, and we'll do an emergency stop. And it shakes you into order. I mean, it's never happened to me, because obviously I always listen to the teachers. Always listen to your teachers. Never think you know anything. And every time you get into a car, they will teach you differently. They will teach you different techniques. I have different ways of doing it. They'll always tell you may have been taught bad things in the past, so I'm going to teach you my way. So each teacher has their own way of teaching you how to drive, and you listen to them calmly, and you do what they tell you to do. And if you do what they tell you to do, they let you go faster and faster, and we'll do that again, and we'll go quicker. Did you see the mistake that you made there, and so on? And you identify those mistakes, you identify your braking points, you identify your turning in speed, you find your limits. You know, for me, you know, that's where I think driving the Porsches at Silverstone was great. You know, the Porsches handled great. You know, we did skid pans and various different twisty roads and getting on the power. It was really, really something, you know. Vallelunga racing around in Nissan GTRs, fantastic. You know, I don't know what we were doing down the straights, but we were going a ton down the straights. You know, if anyone knows Vallelunga, you come out of the bend quite quick and you just go flat, and then you've got a very high speed corner, and it was great. I remember driving down there, and there wasn't much teaching from the Italians, and there was no headgear, nothing. I mean, there was no health and safety in Italy. It's a really different place for learning how to drive. It's a little bit dangerous. It's a bit like that in Italy. It's a bit strange, but you're safe. You're safe. So yeah, you know, listen, motor racing is always going to be very expensive. You know, it's a luxury. It's not something most people can do, and that's why we have these games. You know, when people say, "Oh, that steering wheel's expensive," I'll buy a racing car. Well, you won't, because to race this racing car we see here will cost way more than most of you will ever be able to raise in terms of sponsorship. Raising sponsorship is a whole different ball game for racing drivers, and unless you've already got a wealthy family, it's not even possible. You know, it's a whole different ball game. I will find out, Mambo. There's nothing in the way of online to play against at the moment. Builds a simulators to pass the racing opportunities. It's certainly developing that way. You know, if you don't come from wealth, esports are opening doors, aren't they? No doubt about it. I did try iRacing last Ninja. I am back on iRacing now in terms of I've set up my account, and I intend to get back into iRacing. I'm just trying to find a way to stream it, because at the moment, like this, my frame rate drops to about half when I'm playing games on my PC. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do in terms of getting that sorted so I can stream iRacing. But I think iRacing is going to be good to get back into. I see it slightly differently now. A few years ago I cared too much about what people thought and said. Now I just get it stuck in, and if people want to bash into you, they'll bash into you, really. Not much you can do about that. Everyone's out for themselves in motorsports at the end of the day. You know, that's what it is with these races. You know, I'm a respectful driver, but at the same time, you know, you just got to go for it, haven't you? I think the things I remember on iRacing I didn't like, I said, was the way you could, when you crashed, you could teleport to the pits, and other things I thought were a bit strange. So people would bash into me. I'd sit in the pits for a minute, go 2 laps down while they were out the pits, and would finish ahead of me. Let's see what we have here. Hold on. Let's sort that out. And then we'll be ready to go. Hold on. Okay. Let's get that sorted. So, iRacing is best for NASCAR, but Rallycross? Oh, I don't know. Have to wait and see. Big Mike, how's the game? Enjoying it so far, but certainly I've got a few things to sort. Right, guys, hold on 2 seconds. I'll be straight back. Right, back again. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, knocking my light over there. Right, there we go. Got caught up. Okay. Awesome. Matt would like to see some co-op VR, one holding the clipboard, giving out the instructions. One interesting thing about that would be how much motion sickness you get. In a way, I mean, I get terribly motion sick doing something like co-driving stuff at the best of times. So, right, let's get stuck in. Imagine you get quite motion sick. Because of course you're looking down all the time, aren't you? You're not looking at where you're going, and the G-force and that happening. You know, it's no fun for a co-driver. Right, let's do continue. Continue this rally. So that's something been finished. Third place. That's a bit disappointing, but you know, so we learned a lot, didn't we? We learned a lot. Should have won that really. We got money though. We got money, so that's something. And we did have improved brakes then. I can't say I necessarily talked about them, but we did have improved brakes. So let's championship standings. Where am I? I'm second place. Okay. Let's quit. Yeah, let's quit now, and we'll take a look at some other stuff now. Yeah, big lateral crash. Yeah. Yeah, they could do that. They could bring in a health thing. So we've got daily challenge. Can we buy a vehicle? Can we afford one? What choice do I have on here? Might not be able to do anything at the moment because this is still like early. Well, what do we have then? Just these three. So it's only vehicles you've used, maybe. That seems strange. Let's go back. Not quite. Oh, it's in second hand or something. I don't know what they mean by that. Weekly challenge. Okay. Just having a look here, see what's in here. Alright, let's have a go at spending some money. Let's buy a vehicle. What are we going to buy? We're going to buy we'll buy the Alpine. This car's just so hard to drive. I just already know it's going to be a battle, you know. Let's back out of this for a minute. Let's just get a bit more practice on these different cars so we know what we're buying first. See what we got here. No, didn't want to do that. Oh, blimey, I didn't want to do that. Now we got to write 76. Are the physics better in your opinion? I'm going to talk about that in our review. We're going to talk about that because I'm saving some stuff because we've got our review coming up, and I want to save it in that. And in that way, when anybody asks me questions, it's all in that one video, and I can say, there you go, sorted for frequently asked questions. But we will go into that in some detail with the wheel and the controller. Oh, I think this car's going to be really hard to drive anyway. No, I don't want to drive this one. I don't want to drive this one. I didn't want to drive that one. I did enjoy driving the Sierra, actually. Quite enjoyed driving that. Where's the old keyboard? Hang on, let's grab the keyboard and then we can easily whiz through them. So yeah, these oh, I see. Yep, there it is. You guys want to see this pocket rocket in action, I guess. Let's try that then. Let's try this one first. We have a few requests. Gary and a few other people earlier are asking for it, so we'll have a go on this. An NVIDIA 960 NVIDIA should be fine. Should be fine. No problem running this. Please do tweet the. We're on Mustang. There is a Mustang in there. There is a Mustang. No, I'm not going to drive it just yet. I don't know why. I just feel it's going to be a very difficult rally car. But yeah, we got a lot of detail to come in our team chat. We're really going to break everything down: graphics, audio, gameplay, structure, physics, everything. It's all in there. All right, we're just trying a car out here, seeing what it's like.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 50, 6 left of a crest, into 6 right of a crest, extra long, 30, 4 right, into 6 left of a crest, extra long, tightens 3 of a crest.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just restart that now. Now we know where we stand. Now we know where we stand. Let's just slow that down a bit. Brilliant. New followers from Fraps. Killer. Oh, I wasn't, you know what, I was looking away then. I should have been looking at the start. Let's just start there. Right, there we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 50, 6 left of a crest, into 6 right of a crest, extra long, 30, 4 right, into 6 left of a crest, extra long, tightens 3 of a crest. Into cut, 3 right long, opens, 6 of a crest,
Oh.
30, 6 left of a crest long, we have punctured the left rear, caution 30.
Damn. That's just that shows how easy it is, doesn't it? Just a puncture a tyre just like that. Emilio says €75 and no VR. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame it's not in the game at launch, for sure. 2 secs, let's see if we can just sort that out as well for you. Hold on. It would have been nice to have had VR at launch, but and as it is, I mean, we say VR, but we should be quite specific that it's not coming to VR. It's coming to Oculus Rift. It's not coming to PSVR. It's not coming to HTC Vive. Yes, you can use Revive, not the same thing. It's coming to Oculus, so I don't know why it's not coming for HTC Vive as well. I assume there's probably some kind of agreement
5,
or something with
4,
Oculus.
3, 2, 1, go. 50, 6 left of a crest, into 6 right of a crest, extra long, 30, 4 right, into 6 left of a crest, extra long, tightens 3 of a crest. Into cut,
Wow,
3
okay.
right long,
Okay, it's tricky. This one's a tricky one. The rear end's getting past me. I'm not quite certain how to stop that yet, other than slowing down. So, absolutely, that's the difference between time trial on a video game and real life. We're not doing a rally here. We just when we do rallies, we don't reset, but when we're doing testing, we can. Right, let's
5,
try and get an idea on how to drive this.
2, 1, go.
In real life, you wouldn't get in a car like
6
this
left of a crest.
and go flat out
Into
on your
6
first
right
go.
of a crest.
It's,
Extra long.
you'd cruise.
4 right. Into 6 left of a crest. Extra long. Tightens 3 of a crest. Into cut 3 right long. Opens 6 of a crest. 30. 6 left of a crest long. Caution 30, turn 4 right through very narrow gate. And crest to 6 right long, water splash 30. 4 left of a crest. Into cut 4 right long. Into cut 5 left, slow 30, turn cut 4 left, into hairpin right, around Bales. 50. 6 left. 120 over narrow bridge. 6 left long. Tightens, don't cut, turn 3. 30. 4 right of a crest long. Into 4 left long of a crest. 100. 6 right, extra long. Tightens, 5 of a crest. Extra, extra long, tightens 3, 30, cut 4 left of a crest long, into 5 right of a crest, tightens 30, 5 right of a bump at sign, cut 4 left, into 5 right long, 80, turn unseen, 3 right long, opens of a crest, and crest 50. Crest 4 left long, tightens, don't cut, opens of a crest, into 6 left of a crests, 50. Crest and 5 left, into caution, 3 right, tightens of a crest. Into slow, 5 left long of a crest, 30, turn unseen, 3 right long, tightens narrow. Opens long of a crest, into caution narrow, 3 left of a crest. Into 6 right.
Damn.
3
Damn,
left
damn, damn.
long.
Didn't see that.
Into 4 right of a
Damaged.
crest.
Damaged.
Into slow 4 left long, tightens, turn square left, opens long, and 4 right.
Finished. Finished. Very tricky car to drive. I think that one I'm definitely going to need to come back to another time. You can't just jump into that car and suddenly do perfect stages. What I noticed with that when we were driving it was obviously you've got to learn the gears for the numbers for the corners, and you're taking them much slower because the car has so much power compared to what I've been practicing in so far. Great car, great challenge. You can see gradually getting the idea behind it, but you've really just need maximum concentration on that one. I'm just going to take a look at one of these cars now we've looked at buying, because I want to it does look out of place. I mean, I've mentioned this wheel several times in the stream. It's a bit of a pain, but I think it's always better to show the wheel you're using, but obviously I don't have another wheel for this this particular hub. What would I recommend? What I normally use, I'd probably, where's a good one? Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Well, we've got something handy. We don't have anything handy, so no, we don't have anything handy right now. But the Sparco Rally rim feels great, you know, when you're using something like this, and also the Sparco handbrake. It just feels so authentic. I've just got to find a way to bolt it to my seat, and then we can use that. So that'll be back on soon. Just a bit of a pain. I've got to sort out the other wheel. As I say, I'm literally just in the process of finishing the Nations Cup Gran Turismo. And then I'll be ready to take it forward. Let's have a look at something else in a second. We're going to take a look at Rallycross on a wheel, run a bit more of that, and then we'll be ready to go, I think. Let's double check here. Let's see. Okay, so get stuck in then to the next bit of racing action, viewers. We're not going to do Argentina. We did that yesterday, and my goodness me, got New Zealand with an Evo. Shall we take a look? See what what I want to do is first I want to see, when you look at the time trial leaderboards, is there anyone on there? Nobody on there, so the leaderboards are empty. So we'll be #1 in the world in whatever we do. Right. So are you guys ready to see a #1 in the world time? I've got to learn how to drive this other car. Oh, we had that, didn't we? These are the 3 cars that are available to buy. That one's easy enough to drive. That one I don't know. It's a lot more powerful. Alright, let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just have a drive through here as well. We've got a donation as well too from Michael Clark. Donated $10 through Super Chat for a coffee break. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm having my tea breaks essentially in the middle of runs here. So every time I do a rally, I stop for a minute. The rallies are really quite intense. It's funny, when I do a lot of these races, like if you're doing a 2-hour Grand Prix or something, it's all right. But when you're doing like 2 hours of rally driving, it's a whole different ballgame. It's actually quite tiring. That's the thing. So when I started the stream, I felt much more awake 2 hours ago than I do now. But let's crack on. Let's learn how to drive this car. Let's do this. Let's do this, viewers. Alex says it might be tough to drive. It is tough to drive with a Formula rim. What's hard to drive with a Formula rim is handbraking, because you can't feed the wheel in any way or turn the wheel and press something. So my hands sometimes are a little bit awkward to hit buttons when they're using the wheel in that way, because of course you've only got one part to grab it on. So it is a bit of a challenge. Right, let's crack on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. One right, very long.
Oh, wow. Understeer into turn 1 there. Okay.
One left tightens.
I didn't look at the drive actually. This feels like a front wheel drive car actually. So it's kind of, oh my goodness me. Let's just restart that. I had no idea it was going to handle like that. Let's try that again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. One right, very long. Opens 30.
Okay. Wow, this car is hard to drive. It's all over the place.
One left tightens. 30. 4 left, don't cut.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. Wow. Okay, so
Into caution, don't cut, 3 left. 50 over crest, 1 right tightens.
this will take a lot of learning to drive as well, because it's got so much power
Into turn
that as soon as you turn in,
cut, 1 left tightens. And 3 right. Into 2 left.
oh, it's awful,
Into
awful.
3 right.
It handles horribly.
Opens into 1 left tightens. And turn 3 right. Into turn immediate 4 left of a crest. Opens long, don't cut, tightens 2. Into cut maybe 4 right.
Oh wow, okay, so
30. 3 left.
It's funny, when you see John Armstrong doing this, he makes it look so easy. And now there's me doing it, and it's...
Hairpin right.
So what I've noticed is when I first turned the corner, I noticed the car was really sort of understeers, and you really got to prepare the car for a corner.
Into 4
So
left.
the rear end is just trying to come out all the time.
3 right. Into 3 left.
So when he says something like 3 right,
Into turn.
what normally
2
goes
right.
through your head is, right, I need to brake a bit and slow down or whatever. What's going through my head here is,
Very long.
I don't actually know what to do. What do I do when he says that? Do I brake early? Do I brake late? How do I turn the car? It's all that kind of stuff where there's a complexity in some of these cars and learning how to drive them.
Into 3 right long. Don't cut. Opens.
Oh no, it's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. It's weird. It's like the back end is just coming out on every corner. Right, personally, I can't drive that. That's it's horrendous to drive, but I'm gonna. So a car like that doesn't feel natural to me. I don't understand a car like this. You know, it's strange. It's if I imagine getting in the real car and just turning in and the rear coming out such slow speeds, and maybe it doesn't convey speed to me in that well. Maybe I'm going faster than I think I am, and I think that's another thing that. Let's just try an assist here, because let's see if because I noticed stability control helped a lot with the controller on some of these cars where the weight transfer is just too much. It feels a bit unpredictable to me. Let's try this again now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1 right, very long. Opens 30. 1 left tightens. 30. 4 left, don't cut. Into 3 right. Into caution, don't cut. 3 left. 50 over crest. 1 right tightens. Opens. Into turn, unseen. Don't cut.
Oh, I
1
can't
left
hit the handbrake
tightens.
very well there.
And 3 right.
Oh, goodness me.
Into 2 left. Into 3 right. Opens into 1 left tightens.
This car is hard to. This car is hard to drive. If you think of a hard to drive car in dirt rally, this car is a nightmare.
Opens long, don't cut, tightens 2. Into cut, maybe 4 right.
It's funny, yesterday I drove the Sierra and it was perfect. Literally I could do that rally and enjoy it,
3
but
left. Into 3 right. Opens 30. Open hairpin right. Into 3 left. Into 5 right. Into 4 left. Very long. Opens 30. 3 right. Into 3 left. Into turn 2 right. Opens. Into 4 left. Opens very long. Tightens over crest. Into 3 right long. Don't cut. Opens. Into 2 left. Tightens, don't cut.
get back on the track. Go on. Well, this is a very difficult car to drive, there's no doubt about it. It's by far the most difficult car I've driven.
Through narrow grid. Opens over crest. Into 6 right over crest. Into 3 left long. Tightens, don't cut. Into 6 right. Into don't cut 4 left. Into 5 right. 20. 4 left. Into slow. 2 right. Very long. Opens over crest. Into 4 left. Slow 20. Keep right over crest. Turn unseen. Open hairpin left.
Ah,
right of a
goodness, no, I
crest.
didn't hear the call properly there. It's my fault. I'm concentrating more on driving the
Doesn't
thing than
feel
I'm...
right at the rear. Is
No.
it a puncher?
Oh, not again.
Into 5 left. 30. 4
Yeah,
left
you can
long
actually hear the
tightens.
puncher, which is actually pretty cool.
Into 6 right.
I can hear it
And 6
flopping
left.
around at the rear.
Into 2 right tightens.
Right, that's that. So that, no, Bill, it's not actually. It's not ideal for rallying. So it's one of those things basically. But changing the wheel over for like one day, I can't because I'm doing Gran Turismo tomorrow. So I've got to have it for Gran Turismo. Let's see. I'm going to quit to main menu now. And we're going to look at a bit of Rallycross. So everyone's going on about the F1 wheel. Yes, I know. I need a frequently asked questions button, don't I? I know about the F1 wheel. It's not ideal, but it's what we got. So let's have a look at Rallycross. So I wanted to do a daily challenge. So I just want to see what the daily challenges are all about. Let's do a daily challenge. Buy a vehicle. Come on. Let's just buy this vehicle. Yep, buy it. Spend my money. Let's have a go at this. What? It doesn't have any... Strange. Just bought a vehicle and they've sold me a broken vehicle second hand. Right. Right, let's get on with this. Wow, so that was quite challenging. That car was just deadly. I mean, it needs so much work to try and understand how to drive it. But obviously, on my first go, it's not going to happen. I'd need to spend like a couple of days just figuring it all out. Yeah, I mean, obviously, guys, I've got lots of wheels, lots and lots of wheels, but they're all for the Thrustmaster bases. So I'll have to get the Thrustmaster set up again. I've got the gear stick, so I'll get the Thrustmaster set up and then we'll do that. I'll do this. I've got a couple of Gran Turismo races I want to get done, but I'll do my Gran Turismo race tomorrow. Got the FIA race, which I'm not confident about. I've got to practice for it actually. Yes, Mara, I have. It was drove a 70s Ford Escort in the Welsh mountains. Let's see. Let's oh, nighttime as well. It's happening to be daylight. Oh God, what? Oh, nighttime of all things. This is the last thing I wanted on this track. You know, they just want to make it easy. They just want to make it easy for me, don't they? Lovely. Lovely, sir. Thank you. All right, here we go then.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 30. 6 right of a crest long, tightens 4. Into 5 left, into cut, 5 right, opens long, 30. 4 left long, opens 30, 4 left. And 5 left, extra long of a crest, tightens turn, 3 left. Opens. And 6 left. Into 5 right, 30, 6 left long, 30, 4 right long.
What's going on with the lights there? Flashing. What?
Opens 30.
What's that all about? What is that all about?
Left long, opens 50, 5 left, 30, 5 right long, tightens 4, 80.
What's going on with my lights?
Keep middle of a crest, big jump.
Have I done something?
Into long crest, into 6 right, extra long, into 6 left, opens of a crest jump, 180. right of a crest, jump, 120. Keep middle of a crest, jump, 50. 4 left of a crest, extra long, tightens of a crest. 6 right of a crest long, 120. Through narrow gate and turn 1 right. Opens through narrow gate and turn 1 left. Opens 200. 4 right, extra long. Opens 80.
What the hell is going on with my lights?
3 left long. 100. 6 right, 120. 4 left long. Opens 100. Flat right of a crest, 120.
That is not helpful, that
Keep
blinking
left
light
into
business.
cut, 4 right. 100. 6 right long, 50. 5 left long, don't cut. Slow 30. 6 right into turn unseen, hairpin left. Opens 6 long.
Damn.
150.
It was just a bit quicker on me than I expected then, that hairpin left.
6 left, opens 150. Caution, slow, don't cut. 6 left long, 30. Turn unseen, hairpin right. 120. 6 right long, tightens 5. Into 4 left of a crest, jump. 100 of a crest. 4 left long and slow. Keep right over 100. Turn 1 left, don't cut. And sudden turn 4 right long. Opens of a crest to crest. And 6 left of a crest. Into 6 right of a jump. Caution, keep right of a crest into 4 left.
Damn it,
And
please.
slow, 4 right long, tightens turn 1, 30. 4 left of a crest, into 4 right,
Got away
very
with
long,
it.
tightens, into cut, 5 left. Into 4 right, tightens of a crest, jump. Opens to crest, and 4 left, tightens 3. Extra long, don't cut of a junction. And 6 right of a crest, extra long. Into 4 left of a crest, 30. 6 right long, of a crest, jump
Damn.
maybe.
Just
to
heard that
crest,
wrong.
Into 5 right, extra long.
That's my
tightens.
fault.
Keep middle of a crest and don't cut 4 right. Opens 80 of a crests. 4 left long, tightens 3 of a junction. 50. 6 left, extra long. Into 4 right long. Into 6 left, extra long of a crest. Opens extra long. 30. 5 right long, tightens 4. Into 4 left long, past junction. Opens 5 left, extra long of a crest, 200. 5 right of a crest, jump long, tightens. Into 5 5 left long of a crest, 40, turn unseen, 2 right long. Opens 200 over narrow bridge and past Bales. 20, turn late, hairpin left, around Bale.
Hairpin left.
Into 5 right, extra long. Into cut, 5 left. And 6 right long, water splash, 80. Keep middle of a crest. And through
Wow,
narrow
wow,
gate,
completely
20,
took me out.
cut, 6
What the
left.
hell was that? It was unexpected. Oh, that's ruined it, isn't it? That's a shame. Don't quite know what happened there. The water just aquaplaned me out, so perhaps you have to slow down for the water in this car.
30. 6 right of a crest long, 80. Six left, extra long, tightens cut 3.
Lost my flow now.
Right of a crest, 40.
Ah, bloody hell.
6 right of a crest.
Oh, that was a bit of a pain. That is.
Middle of a crest, 80. 6 left, 6 right, very long, over finish, to stop. Well done.
Hard work, hard work. It's always hard work. Yeah, I mean,
Stage finished.
the lights were sort of flicking on and off earlier there. I guess they took a knock or something. That was challenging. That was challenging. So there is a leaderboard there. Look, there is a leaderboard of people already on there. My goodness, and it just goes to show you, doesn't it, that who's Dirt Player? Dirt Player. That was challenging, and I lost, you know, like 15 seconds just on that spin, basically, which is a bit frustrating. I see. So it depends what car you decide to drive with, out of those 3 cars, and it's interesting because you can have an extra powerful car that's really hard to drive, or you can have the easier car to drive, which is what I had. So, you know, it's certainly something to look forward to there. Buy second-hand dodgy lights. Exactly, second-hand dodgy lights on that car. It's like the moment I'm driving away from the line, the engine's already buggered and the lights don't work properly. Honestly. Well, that was still good fun. I enjoyed that. This has been an epic stream today as well. Will DLC have multiple tracks? Well, they've announced the whole selection or package so far, which got Monte Carlo, Germany, Sweden in the first batch. That was okay. But you know, with practice we could do better and better. Much easier during daylight. Let's continue. Let's continue. So we get credits from that as well, which is handy. I wonder what else we can do with our car. So that's daily challenge completed. And then we have weekly challenges as well. Let's have a look in Rallycross now. We're going to try a bit of Rallycross. Let's go into a Rallycross career. And we'll use the Opel. Okay. And let's get stuck into that. Earn a bit of money in Rallycross. Again, learning these tracks. Lohiak, we know that course. That's good. So it's a course we know to start off with. Dr. Coolfman has the deluxe version of the boss. Should I buy Alan? Well, this is not the review. I've got the review coming separately. As for if you should buy, if you're a rally fan, you know, you've got, if you know Dirt Rally, you know what Dirt Rally 2 is all about. I don't think you can go wrong with it, really. I think the only issue is going to be, for a lot of people, and we'll talk about this in the review, is how much content there is. You know, I think if you're going to buy, you may as well buy Deluxe if you're going to buy, because then you know there's more content coming. If you're going to buy Standard, it's not worth it. You've got to go for the Deluxe version. You've got to get the Season Pass. Otherwise, it's not worth it for sure. Let's get stuck in.
Use the Joker lap to your advantage. You only need to take it once. If you miss it, you'll get a time penalty.
All right, then. All right. All right, let's do this, viewers. Let's do this.
All right, have a good race. Stay sharp. Get ready.
Blow it.
Go, go.
What happened there? Was I disqualified or something? Don't know what happened there. Got disqualified or something? Don't quite know what happened.
So your opponent just did a jump start, so
Right.
they will have to take 2 Jokers.
Right. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. That was I've not had that happen before. So
Right, ready. Go, go, go.
wow. Okay. This car's very different to the others. I'm sort of used to driving much more powerful cars. So this one actually you can brake much later. Not much in the way of windscreen water effects, is there? It'd be nice to see a bit more spatter from the water.
So second looks like where we'll be once all drivers have taken their Joker. Second place. Gap 5 behind.
Okay, that was good. That was good. Do you have any personal highlights too so far? I think that Poland stage for me was a bit of a highlight. Visually, it's really nice. It looks really good. It doesn't have too much of the dreamy bloom filter effect that some of the other stages have had. It's generally a really nice looking stage so far. let's crack on. So one thing obviously with Rallycross is you've got to do the same races over and over again, haven't you? So let's hope we win all these. Get some money in the bag. Let's repair the vehicle. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Money done. Pay my guys. Right. Yeah. Let's do it again. Same again, viewers.
Ready. Go, go, go.
Got to get the starts right. I'm not quite there with it yet. I'm hanging in first because I'm thinking, am I getting wheel spin? But clearly not. I can just go straight into...
Careful, Untitled X, you're going to be paired with another car. Car behind is falling away. They're struggling.
Okay, is that done? So Hatch is just saying there, see what I see, 6 countries again. Yeah, I mean it's like you say, it's not enough content in a base game for sure. I mean, when you think if there was free DLC, I think if it would be different. But I think bear in mind that all DLC is behind a paywall, if you like. I think it's certainly an issue. I think it would have been nice to have had eight new locations. But bear in mind that the DLC locations are, you know, HD touched up versions of Dirt Rally 1. Have you noticed a track degradation in do you know, I have, but because I've not seen it, you know, I think when you go to a rally and you know what it's like in first place or last place, I think then you get experience of how it changes. But to me at the moment, because I'm playing all these rallies for the first time, I don't have any reference between times and, you know, everything else. You need to do a lot of practice before you really start to get your head around the track degradation system and how it works in practice. I think it might work really well though for online multiplayer. That's really where it could make a big difference. I'm just trying to complete a Rallycross competition here, see how we get on. Obviously it would take a long time in this to develop you. I mean, as careers go, it's not the most exciting career in the sense that there's not a lot. There's a lot that they could do, but we're going to talk about that in the team chat. Basically, we've got a lot of ideas. Dr. Kaufman said a few weeks ago you had doubts about this game.
Ready to race. What's your launch?
I will talk about that in just a moment. I no, that's silly. Joking. Obviously it didn't register the handbrake, so there we go.
Okay, you need to take an extra joker because you jumped the start. Double joker, confirm? Get ready for the lights. Careful of wheel spin. Go, go, go.
Imagine this online. It's going to be nightmares.
Careful on the joker merge. There will be another car there. Once the rest have done their joker, I reckon we'll be fighting for second. Okay, they're dropping back. Stay cool.
Okay, that's brilliant. So, what do we think of this? So, I think this track is actually better in Project Cars 2. In Project Cars 2 mapped the track perfectly, has to be said. Going to this track, it feels slightly different here. It doesn't feel the same length in many respects. The track feels shorter for some reason. Don't know why. Just me, just my feeling. It's good fun going around this track. It's a really great track, and if you go to this circuit, there's a great museum there, the best car museum in the world, probably one of the 4 best car museums in the world. I mean, it's got to be right up there, you know. Incredible car museum at Lohiak Rallycross. I did have a few doubts about this game. Am I more optimistic now? I'm going to talk about that in the review. I still have some misgivings, but we're going to talk about the pros and the cons. I think if I just talk about it in one sentence, it doesn't. The way we do it at VVVs, we always like to justify what we say. You can't just say a game's good or a game's bad. Because if you say it's good, lots of people will say, "Oh, it's rubbish," and you're saying it's good, and I think it's rubbish. And if you say it's bad, then lots of people moan about that as well because they say, "I think it's the best game ever." So you need to really justify why you think that is, and that's why I often say to people when they say physics are bad, and I say, elaborate. Elaborate. It's only by elaborating do we get more detail and improve things. But I mean, just on the surface, and we will talk about this. So for me, basic game content should have been 8 locations, for sure. I don't think Monte Carlo and Sweden and Germany should have been DLC, but that's just me. I think 2 locations actually. I think 2 locations more would have been much better. But yeah, I think tarmac handling certainly feels better to me so far. But I'd need to go back and compare. I won't have the chance to compare, so I'm going to judge this game on its own rights, its own merits. Okay. Now we're going to finish this this one stage, and then I will probably call it a night. It's getting a bit tired now, and I will get something to eat, I think. Have I played Dakar 18? Yes, I have. I played it so you don't have to. Do you know, Dakar 18, the guys who made the game are brilliant, really lovely guys, and Big Moon Entertainment, great bunch of people, very passionate about Dakar, but the game wasn't ready, it wasn't finished. The physics. Oh, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Oh, we can talk about it now, can't we? Because we're not listening to calls anymore. What am I doing? So yeah, Dakar 18 had lots of positives about it, but it needed better tutorial. It needed way better physics. Oh, I'm getting impatient. Having to hold the bottom of the wheel here, it's not helping me really. It's not ideal for this. So Dakar, yeah, I mean, it had some nice elements to it, and I really hope the developers can really work on the physics this year, really get the vehicles handling right. If they do literally release the same game, but with great handling vehicles and a tutorial that works, they need to sort of work on the navigator as well, because he really gets irritating at times, and he's not as helpful as he could and should be. So they really need some work on that. But with the passion they have, it's a bit like all games companies. They're an independent studio, which kind of biting off more than they could chew in a way. I know they're not allowed. It'd be nice if they could do it without releasing things like bikes and just said, oops, daisy. Concentrate that point there. I don't have to concentrate too much because the difficulty setting here, it's on medium I assume, but for some reason it's much easier here than it was in the single race mode, which I'm going to look at in a moment as well. Maybe I won't actually. But no, I think when they release a sequel to Dakar one day, I hope they can fix the bugs, fix the physics, add a tutorial, and I think suddenly, I was getting it all wrong, aren't I now? I was doing it all perfectly earlier. It doesn't matter. The AI is still not keeping up here. There we go, that's that done. Yeah, I think Dakar 19 will be better. I think it will be better. TC Mark talks about about buying tracks in the first game. That's always a debate, isn't it? Again, we've got all that debate to come. I hope you're enjoying the stream, everybody, tonight. I hope you've been enjoying a bit of chat, a bit of rally. I'd like to share a bit of it. Let's see if this completes. Semi-final. Oh wow, got to keep going. Let's do the next round. will have a break. Thanks, Gary. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. I will do soon. I'm pretty tired now. I'm just trying to finish this one bit of the career, and then I will. Carry on. Tomorrow I'll be on. Okay, let's check it out. Tomorrow I'll be. Oh, I see we're a bit staggered here, aren't we? All right. So, oh, brilliant! Yes, the inside line, Ninja. Well done.
Hold the revs. Go, go, go.
Can't get off the line as quick as quite understanding the wheel spin.
Okay, they're dropping back. Stay cool.
Okay, good. Good. Thanks, Ninja. Brilliant. I've done this before. I know this track. I think when you learn it on something like Project Cars 2, you can really drive it on anything, really. So it's just one of those to just learn a bit about it. Chris asking how the force bucket feedback is compared to Rally 1. That's something, again, Kevin can give more feedback on that, because I've not played. He's going to talk a bit more about Dirt Rally 1, Dirt 4 and this in terms of a step, and he's got a lot more experience than I have. The problem for me is I play so many driving games, sometimes unless I've played them very recently, I just can't remember the ins and outs of everything these days. I've played so many of them. Final. Right, let's do this final. And the final will conclude the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen. So, Jonathan's here as well. Hi, Jonathan. Great to see the full integration of Fanati Wheel. Absolutely. What areas do you see need most refinement in racing titles? That too dependent on genre? I think that the whole thing. I mean, I think physics and wheels have improved to a great point now. Wheels are perfect now. Frankly, they're really good. I mean, they're obviously pedals, load cell brakes, and stuff like that make a big difference. These things are improving all the time. But it's physics and graphics and everything else. We're still a long way to go in terms of getting things absolutely right. Any word on the frame rate on the pleb PS4? Apparently it's good, Nick. It's good. Kevin uses the standard PS4, as do I. All my gaming is on the standard PS4, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm trying not to get a PS4 Pro now, because we know that PS5 is coming next year. And if you buy a PS4 Pro, you've got it for like a year, for maybe 1 or 2 games. So let's get stuck in. Let's do... hold on, guys. I'll be straight back. Hold on. All right, we're going to finish up in just a moment, viewers. Right, let's get stuck in and do this race. Let's win this now. Let's do this. Let's do this. Focus. Off we go.
Ready.
Come on.
Go, go, go.
Damn, I just can't get off the line as quick as those guys. I get wheel spin. Ooh. I say. think I've got some damage to the car. I can hear something buzzing.
Okay, they're dropping back. Stay cool.
Yeah, I've got something damaged. That seems to have sorted itself out. Enjoying this actually. This is it's good fun. I mean I can't really judge the way the simulation in comparison to say Project Cars, which felt again a lot more challenging, frankly. And the course seems a bit shorter here. I don't know why. Whether they've changed the course. Done. Enjoyed that. And we have a bit of a pad and wheel debate going on there. And we got more Richard Burns rally chat that you shake a stick at. You know, Richard Burns, will it ever be beaten? Who knows? Ben's looking at Project Cars 2. Absolutely. Project Cars 2 did a very good version of this course, it has to be said. Very authentic. You know, it felt more authentic than this one. This one feels a lot like the one that was actually in gravel, actually, in that sense. So a nice little win there. Thank you, Ninja. That was. Let's just have a look at replay because we haven't actually looked at any replays here. Absolutely, V Rally 4. We should have a look at V Rally 4 actually. Actually, V Rally 4 is much better on the PC than it is on the consoles. Actually, it's, you can hear the buzzing there. Something was buzzing, whatever it was. I don't know what it was. Whether I had some damage somewhere or what, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. V-Rally 4 wasn't all we'd hoped it would be. For me, it didn't have the proper V-Rally mode, and what I mean by that is a rally mode where you're rallying with other cars on a rally track. You know, not like this. It would have been great. Let's see. So, hardcore damage model. I won't get to try that today, but we can have a look at it another time. What have we got here as well? Let's see. It can. We are hammering it around here. Hammering it around. Let's see now. Let's get out of here and continue. So it's just done. Achievements, win, money in the bank. That's the main thing. Result. Results has to be said. Okay, so that's it. That's one of the races there. I'm just gonna quit that. We'll come back to that another time. That was good results, and obviously we're just gonna have a very quick look. Well, actually, do you know what? I'm going to call it a night, actually, because I am really tired now. I'm going to get something to eat and everything. But listen, viewers, I hope you've enjoyed the do this thingy here, and we have a problem. I have a problem with the PC. And we have a problem with the PC, which is going very strangely. So that's it for the stream. I'm going to see if I can exit the game. And that's it. And that's it. We've got my Alan chat screen here. I'm still working on that. Hope you've all enjoyed the... this isn't finished, by the way. This is the mismatch of images and stuff like that. Hope you've all enjoyed the stream tonight, viewers. It's been good fun, actually, doing a bit of this. Back to Gran Turismo. Obviously, tomorrow I've got my FIA race tomorrow. And, yeah. Hopefully tomorrow we'll do well in the FIA race. I'll have this all set up and competing. I haven't done any practice. I was supposed to practice today, so might have a quick practice on it tomorrow before the race. See how I get on with a bit of that. Obviously Suzuka tomorrow on that, and that's going to be very challenging. Not great at it so far. So about a second a lap off the pace. So it's going to be a big challenge in the race tomorrow on that. But really important to get some good points. Because that will move me up in terms of my overall point standing. I've had a bit of bad luck on the Gran Turismo in terms of penalties, and I've put a couple of those videos onto Twitter recently. Just things just haven't gone my way, but really enjoying that. And that's one of the reasons why this wheel is set up at the moment. It's just to keep some consistency for me while I stay with one championship before changing the wheel over and then getting the rally gear set up. And I'll be doing quite a bit on WRC hopefully as well. I really want to get into WRC this year and really put a bit of time into that, and Formula One as well at some point. So I've been saying that for the last 2 months, but I really want to, play a bit more Formula One. I've been watching the testing, been enjoying the testing actually. It's been good fun watching the testing this year, but that's a video for another day. So Matt, thanks for watching. Ben, thanks everybody for watching today. Chris, really appreciate it. All the new subscribers. Michael Clark for the donation as well. Thank you. Always really appreciated. Really means a lot for people to support the stream. And if I can get enough support from donations, eventually I'm going to get a green screen background, and then you get me nice and big on the screen all the time. Exactly. So we've got that, and we just like keep developing the streaming. I have to admit, there's a lot to learn about this streaming stuff. A lot of stuff to learn, and equipment and software and everything. It's all a bit confusing, but no, I've enjoyed it. And like you say, once we can show, we've got loads of other racing games coming out this year. It's going to be a really big year for streaming, and we're doing a lot more streaming now because it's great for me to talk to you guys live, but also all these years I've been making YouTube videos and it's been pre-recorded, and I think in a way it's good for you to see me learning a game as well. In the past you wouldn't see that so much because people expect perfection on a video, whereas at least when you're streaming you're seeing me crashing and learning and shouting at the screen and complaining. Whereas you know, when you're doing videos, it's all about perfection, you know, stuff like that. So that's it for now, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go, and there'll be more from me. Well, there'll be more from me tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.